Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the first episode of 2022 of Talking Sports with your boy Big L. Of course, I'm yours truly, and I want to welcome y'all to my first episode of the year, man. Well, we've had some bowl games. The national championship is set as far as college football goes. We've had some things going on in the NFL, so man, let's get right to it so I can get you ready for today's games. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get into these college games, man. Let's take a look at these college games here. Um, as we know, if you were hidden under a rock or something the other night, but as we know, Alabama and Georgia will play for the national championship. These two teams actually met about a month or so ago, a little bit over a month ago now in Atlanta for the SEC championship. And as I posted on my Facebook page, man, we really cannot argue with SEC fans about who has the biggest and best college football conference in the land right now. This is it's total dominance by the SEC. I was looking for something. I actually thought Cincinnati was going to pull the upset. I really did, but Bama just destroyed them. I mean, they beat them up. They beat them up bad. Give me a moment to change this background here and get this college stuff up here for you. All right, give me. There we go. Now we got the college championship trophy sitting behind me, as you can see if I move out the way a little bit. The game will be played at Lucas Oil Stadium, and that is the stadium of the Indianapolis Colts. I think it's going to be played 2 weeks from tomorrow. And as we look at this game, we know Bama is strong and they there every year. And when these two teams met about a month or so ago, they put that thing on Georgia. And Georgia was actually number one at the time. So I'm honestly thinking Georgia might be coming back for a little revenge now. Uh, Please post your comments, man, and your what you think about what I'm saying in the comments, man. I'm gonna throw this link up here as well for you to if you want to chat live with me, man, you can do that. Let me throw this link up here. There we go. There's a link at the bottom of the screen. Matter of fact, let me make it a little bigger. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger here. We're going to put it on the screen. That's what we're going to do. There we go. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. And there we go. And boom, there you go right there. If you want to talk with me live, that means you want to come on. You can go with that link right there in your phone. Or if you can't get the link, hit me up in the inbox. I'll send it to you, and we can talk live. We can chat real live real quick about today's games, college, all of that stuff, man. But anyway, I think Georgia's going to get them. I really think this time around Georgia can get them. I think Georgia's going to have a little something different. But we cannot, and I mean we cannot, push away the brilliance of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. A lot of Alabama fans gave me hell the other day for my prediction, man, and rightfully so. I was wrong. I was way wrong. In the other game, man, I thought Michigan was going to give a better contest than what they did with Georgia. But as you can see, Georgia just destroyed them. So it was really no contest with these SEC teams. These SEC teams just totally dominated. So we've got that national championship set. And what we want to do is get into some of the other games, man. Now, the best game I saw this bowl season so far has been the Ohio State and Utah game yesterday, the Rose Bowl. That was a game that game went back and forth, constantly scoring. When I sat down to watch it in the first half, I think it was 21-7 Utah already. And these guys were going back and forth scoring. It was a great game. It was a great game if you're an offensive guy. If you're a defensive guy, you hated this game because It wasn't a lot of defense being played here and there, but this was mostly a shootout, and it was a great game. It was a great game, man. Hats off to both these teams, man. I'm gonna get into something about that a little bit later. See if I can bring up some of these other scores here. Not that I really need to or want to. Let's see. The Bahamas Bowl, 31-24. Middle Tennessee State beats Toledo. Coastal Carolina. Shout out to the Chanticleers. 47-41 over Northern Illinois in the Tailgater Bowl. Yeah, Tailgreeter Bowl. Tailgreeter Cure Bowl, my fault. And Appalachian lost to Western Kentucky. 59-38 in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. Ain't that crazy? As we own these bowl games, man, let me just say this. Why can't they have a 16-team tournament? It works in Division 2. It works in Division 3. It's time for Division 1 to move to a tournament. Now, I know, and you know, it's all about the money. It's clearly all about the money, and these schools don't want to do it. That's why they stick with the bowl system. Now, if you're old enough, if you're old as me, you remember a time when the Orange Bowl was the only national championship game, and it wasn't even against, the two best teams. It's just whoever won the Orange Bowl, they was declared the national championship. And most of the time, it was either somebody from I want to say the Big Eight at the time, or Big 12, what it was Oklahoma, Nebraska, somebody like that. And if it wasn't Notre Dame, it was an independent. It was maybe somebody from the SEC, or maybe somebody that's hot at the moment. But we really need a true playoff system with college football, in my opinion. Let's see, bring this comment up here. Yeah, it was a great game. But like I said, we need a true college football playoff system in Division One. In my opinion, I think you take the top two teams from each conference. And that's going to end up being whoever is playing in the conference championship games. Now, as for your independents, like Notre Dame, if Notre Dame don't play a tough schedule, they don't need to be in there. Notre Dame football is so set on being independent, which they can. They draw enough money, they can remain independent. But if that's the route they want to take, if they want to be a part of this national championship tournament, they're going to need to toughen up their schedule. Okay? They're going to need to toughen up their schedule. All independents, in my opinion, need to have a pretty tough schedule. Cincinnati went undefeated. They won their conference. In my opinion, they deserve to be there. No matter how bad the game looked, they deserve to be there. They went undefeated. They won their conference. So that's the way I see it. It should be all the conference champions and the conference runner-ups. Like I said, the two teams that play in the conference championship game, take those two teams. The winners of the conference championship games, they get the home game in the first round. The other teams travel, and then we go from there. And all of these bowl games that we have, you can fill them with those teams. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll get to, the Sugar Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl. I know I'm missing one. All those big time bowl games that we wait on New Year's Day for. We'll eventually get to those, and then we'll get to a true national champion. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me, but that's just my opinion. I think, the bowl games were great when I was younger as a kid. And yes, it gives these kids an opportunity to play in a kind of a championship atmosphere. But as an adult, man, the bowl games are just, I can take it or leave it. But it's if you put a true national championship tournament together, not 4 teams, not 8 teams, but true 16 teams, of all your top teams in your conferences, then yeah, in my opinion, that's going to draw ratings. That's going to draw money. And these teams, the fans of these teams, they're going to travel with these teams. So yeah, it'll cost more. It'll cost more money as a fan to travel with these teams, but these fans will travel. These diehard fans of college teams are going to travel with their team, no matter what. Um, it works in basketball in the NCAA basketball tournament. That's 64, 65 teams. That works. The College World Series, that works. Every other sport in college has a true tournament to determine a true national champion, except for college football. This is mostly voted on people, the coaches and reporters who vote during the year of who's number one, who's this and that. As I said, if you take the conference champions and the conference runner-ups and you put them in there in that 16 team tournament, you never know what you're going to get. It ain't always going to be Alabama. You understand what I'm saying? It could be somebody else. Any team can be beaten. And I like it. I know it'll probably never happen, but I like that. But let's move on from college, man. Let's get to the NFL. If I can pull up a list of today's games. And as you know, let me get this background changed here. Go back to my great Dallas Cowboys background. And I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a great new year. Safe new year. Please, please, by all means, take care of yourself. Uh, do everything you can to boost your own immune system. We ain't gonna get into all that other stuff, man, but you got to be able to boost your own immune system. You need to get out there, work out, get some activity, do some things, stay active. Don't just sit around the house. Just stay active, man. It's a brand new year. It's a whole lot of people rushing to the gym talking about new year, new me. Well, if you start that way, make sure you continue that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't that way you ain't got to come back in December talking about 2023 gonna be a new year, new me. You know what I'm saying? So every day should be a new you. All right, so let's get to some of the games for today, man. Like I said, we didn't have a Thursday night game this week. Uh, College football kind of took over everything, so rightfully so. But let's get to today's games, man. All right, let's start with the Rams and the Ravens. The Rams are 11-4. Ravens are 8-7. The Ravens have lost about, I think, 3 in a row. Lamar Jackson has been out. It looks like he's going to be out today. And this Rams team is starting to catch a little heat. They've won a couple lately. And like I said, they're right there in that division, in that NFC race with us, trying to get those top spots, those top playoff seeds. My Cowboys, the Rams, Buccaneers, we're all 11-4. The Green Bay Packers 12-3. So we're right behind them. So if Green Bay slips up, any team can slide up into that top spot. So this is a situation where all teams are going to be playing their players all the way to the end of the season. Nobody, I hope nobody sits out and rests players and stuff like that. I certainly hope my Cowboys don't. I think we need to play out. I do not agree with taking your foot off the gas, especially right here at the end of the season when you get ready to go into the playoffs. Getting back to the game. Rams, Ravens. This is going to be a tough game, in my opinion, for both teams. I think if this Ravens defense can get to I forget the quarterback for the Rams, the guy from Detroit, Matt Stafford. Yeah, they can get to Stafford, cause him to make some turnovers, man. Anything can happen. We know Stafford will turn the ball over. And when he turns the ball over, he turns the ball over in bunches. So Ravens defense got to get to him, got to knock him around. And offensively, The Ravens did a pretty good job with the backup, but hopefully he can get over the hump this week and get this victory. I got to pick the Ravens because I need the Rams to keep losing. So I'm going to pick the Ravens. Let's move to the Chiefs and the Bengals. Chiefs are 11-4. Bengals are 9-6. Bengals are rolling kind of lately. That offense is kind of moving behind Joe Burrow, but the Chiefs have been red hot. I think the Chiefs have actually won probably about 6 or 7 in a row. They on fire. So this is going to be a tough game for Cincinnati. Cincinnati, on the other hand, is fighting to win that division because the Ravens, in my opinion, had this division a long time ago, but because when Lamar Jackson went down and then they started losing, man, they've got the Steelers right back in it. The Browns are still in it. The Bengals I think the Bengals are leading the division right now. So all 4 of those teams are right there together. They're bunched up. You got 2 games left, and it's going to be decided within the next 2 weeks. I promise you that. It'll be decided within the next 2 weeks. But the Bengals are fighting for that division, and so they really got to have this victory. But I don't see them beating the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs are at a different level right now. Chiefs, in my opinion, are the hottest team in the NFL right now. And I'm saying that they're a little bit hotter than my Dallas Cowboys are right now. So we're going to see. But I'm going to take the Chiefs on that one. Eagles, Washington football team. Now, as I said before, the Eagles have caught fire, and they got playoff aspirations in their sights. And, of course, they hollering, we want Dallas. We're going to give you what you want, baby. Please believe. Be careful what the hell you ask for. They hollering, we want Dallas. The Washington football team was decimated last week with injuries and COVID and whoop-de-wham, stuff like that. And they ran into a train last week in Dallas, and we gladly ran over them, as we should. Now, can the Washington football team save face? Can they go out there against this Philadelphia Eagle team that they faced maybe about 15 to 17 days ago? Can they go out there and beat this team? Heineke has not played well. Heineke has played well at times, but lately he has not played well. He certainly didn't play well last week against my Cowboys. He didn't play at all the week before against the Eagles. And it's really going to depend on how Washington defense steps up. We seen them fighting on the sidelines last week. Good ass whooping by the Cowboys will make you do that. But we seen them fighting each other. Can they take that emotion, put it out on the field, and go up against these Eagles and get that victory? Right now, Washington is at 6-9. They won't have a winning season. They can win today. They can win next week. They still won't have a winning season. But what they can do is they can put a damper on the Eagles' playoff chances. So, Washington football team, I really need you to get this victory. Kick the Eagles in the face. Warm them up for me because I'm going to finish them off next week. But, ain't my teams. I don't care. But I'm going to take the Washington football team with this one. All right, Buccaneers, Jets. Buccaneers are 11-4. Jets are 4-11. I think we already know what the outcome of this is going to be. The Buccaneers are they're damaged. They got a lot of players out, but you're playing the Jets. I know anything can happen. I know anybody can be beaten, but we ain't gonna look for it today. So we're gonna take the Bucs. No need to spend a lot of time on that game. Dolphins, Titans. The Dolphins have been rolling. I think the Dolphins have won 7 straight, and the Titans are sitting at 10-5. Dolphins are at 8-7. And this is going to be a tough game. But as I said, the Dolphins are rolling right now. For some reason, this Dolphins defense has woke up. The fish have woke up now. The fish are biting. So I'm going to take Miami. I'm going to take Miami in this game. I'm going to take Miami in a close game. Jaguars, Patriots. Jags at 2-13. Pats at 9-6. I think this is what's going to be needed for the Patriots to get back on winning ways. I look for Mac Jones to have a pretty good game today. The Jags, they got all kind of turmoil going on, especially with the coaching staff. Um, Trevor Lawrence hadn't had the greatest season, but I'm going to give Trevor Lawrence a pass this year due to the coaching issues and stuff like that. Um, I hear Kellen Moore is I hear people saying Kellen Moore is a great the next head coach in this league. Kellen Moore, there's a spot for you in Jacksonville. Take your hind paws on, please, please, please. But seriously, if Eric Bieniemy from the Kansas City Chiefs doesn't get a head coaching job, it's complete bullshit. And I'm just gonna say that Eric Bieniemy should be the first name up on everybody's uh, head coaching sheet. Definitely not Kellen Moore. All right, Raiders, Colts. Colts are on the roll right now. Carson Wentz will be playing today. Again, Carson Wentz will be playing today. Raiders 8-7. They still fighting to. I think they have a wild card chance, but they still fighting. They ain't as hot as they was start the season. Certainly ain't as hot as it was when they beat me on Thanksgiving. But it's really going to depend if the Raiders can stop that Colts running game. If you can shut down or contain that Colts running game, you got a hell of a chance to beat this team. Because then you're putting it in Carson Wentz's hands, and we all know about Carson Wentz. So, I'm going to take the Colts with this. I'm going to take the Colts with this. Colts are kind of hot right now. I'm going to stick with them. Giants, Bears. Giants 4-11, Bears 5-10. Do we really care? But anyway, I think they said Andy Dalton's going to start today, so I'll take the Bears. I'll take the Bears. Falcons, Bills. Falcons have come on as of late. I think they might have an outside chance at a wild card. Bills are trying to hold on to the lead in their division, but I'm going to take Buffalo in this one. Texans, 49ers. 49ers fighting for a wild card spot. Texans are 4-11, but the Texans have pulled some upsets this year. They got an upset last week with the Chargers, but I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. Broncos 7-8, Chargers 8-7. As I said, both of these teams are kind of fighting for that bottom feeding wild card spot, but I think the Chargers will take this one. Panthers and Saints. Panthers 5-10, Saints 7-8. I really don't see. Well, we know the Panthers ain't going nowhere, but to fishing. Saints may have an outside shot at the wild card, but I don't see it. Thing about this game. Cowboys Cardinals is the game of the week. Here in the 336, because of these raggedy Panthers, the Cowboy game will not be shown unless you have Fire Stick or Sunday Ticket. So all my Dallas Cowboy fans, you will not see the Cowboy game. If you're in North Carolina, if you're in the area where the Panthers are playing and you're going to see them no matter what, you will not see the game. The Cowboys and Cardinals game was originally set for a 1 o'clock start. About 3 weeks ago, they moved it to a 4 o'clock start, 4:30 start. Obviously to get more ratings because they saw that this game was going to be a big game towards the end of the season. So that's clearly an NFL move to get more ratings because they know damn well ain't nobody watching the Panthers and the Saints. But for my Cowboy fans, please understand you will not see the game. When you turn on your local Fox station, you will not see this game. You will not see the Cowboys and the Cardinals. You will see the Panthers and the Saints. So please be advised, do what you need to do. Make other arrangements. Go to the bar. Go to your local sports bar. If you know somebody with the Sunday Ticket, hey, I'm coming over. Do whatever you need to do to see the Cowboy game, but you won't be able to watch it unless you have Sunday Ticket or unless you have a special Fire Stick. And I probably shouldn't say that, but I'm not going to say that anymore. Anyway. All right. But anyway, Saints over the Panthers. Their season's done. Lions, Seahawks. These are two teams who are not going anywhere, but I think Russell Wilson can get this victory. I think this is probably going to be the last hurrah for Russell in Seattle. It's been a good run for Russell, but I kind of see Russell or either Pete Carroll going separate ways. What I'm saying with that is either Pete Carroll's going to not be the coach next year or Russell's going to go somewhere else and play quarterback. Of course, when you think about all the situations that Russell had prior to this season, wanting the contract, he was trying to get traded. That was talking him coming to Dallas. That was talking him going to Chicago. So there's an opportunity there. So you might be looking at the last days of Russell in Seattle. You might be looking at the last days of Pete Carroll in Seattle, and that will officially close the coffin on the Legion of Boom days. All right, moving on. Vikings, Packers. Man, now this one stinks all the high hell for me. Packers are 12-3, leading the NFC. Vikings 7-8. They're fighting for a playoff spot, wild card spot. And the Vikings have actually beat the Packers this year. So, that being said, this game's played. This is a Sunday night game. On Friday, as many of you know, if you don't know, I'm about to tell you. On Friday, Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins tested positive for the whoop-de-wham. All of a sudden, this comes out on Friday, okay? On Friday for this game. Kirk Cousins has been around these players all week. He the only one of significance that I know of that tests positive. Now, we all know what can happen with this stuff, so I'm just saying it stinks. It stinks, NFL. I see you, NFL. I smell you, NFL. All right, and the Monday night game, Browns, Steelers. Both teams fighting. Steelers 7-7-1. Browns are 7-8. Both teams are fighting not only for a playoff spot, but for to win the division. Steelers started the season off bad. They still have an outside chance, a far outside chance of possibly winning this division. We don't know yet. Like I said, things in this division will sort themselves out within the next 2 weeks. Both of these teams need this game. I think this game is being played in Pittsburgh. If I'm correct, I'm sure a Steeler fan out there watching tell me. But this right here, it's going to be a close game. But Baker Mayfield and the Browns ain't played well of late, and the Steelers have been able to do just enough to win. So I'm going to look for the Steelers to get this game. All right, enough of the JV stuff. Let's get to the main event of the evening. Ding, ding, ding. Cardinals, Cowboys, live in AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Texas, excuse me. We will be playing this game. This game has a 4:25 p.m. Eastern start. I will not get to see all of this game because I got to return back to work tonight. So I will not be able to go live after the game, but you can rest assured, win or lose, I will be here tomorrow morning by 9 a.m. God willing, of course. This game, Cardinals, Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a big high, off of a big victory against Washington last week. Cardinals have been reeling as of late. I think the Cardinals have lost 3 of their last 5, 3 straight. Cardinals are without a couple of people. But last year, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals destroyed my Cowboys in AT&T Stadium last year. Obviously, this is a different Cowboys team. This is a different Cowboys defense. My opinion, Cowboys are going to have to do everything they can to contain Kyler Murray. Can't let him run. Got to beat him up. Got to be in his face. This is where this pass rush that we have is going to be tested. This Cowboys pass rush is definitely going to be tested because we're gonna pin our ears back trying to get to him. But as we know, Kyler Murray can step up in that pocket, and he can hit the gas, and he can be gone. Michael Parsons, I'm looking for Michael Parsons to spy him down. Van Der Esch is definitely not fast enough to spy him. I'm looking for Michael Parsons to be in Kyler Murray's face all day, and that's what I hope. But we got to send some blitzes out here. We got to bang him up. We got to beat him up. And I think this secondary, our secondary, is good enough to cover these receivers. Like I said before, I expected a lot more out of AJ Green, but I'm not seeing what I expected out of AJ Green. So I don't certainly expect AJ Green to certainly go off today. Anthony Brown, I need you to get it together today. Get it together, Anthony Brown. I look for this Cowboy defense to continue to grow as it has for the past 7-8 weeks. Continue to get stronger. As Michael Parsons said, when all the lions are eating, when all the lions have a chance to eat, you see what happened last week. So that's what I'm looking for today. Offensively, Cowboys offense got back to swing last week against a decimated Washington football team. I need to see this consistency. I need to see the same thing this week from that Cowboy offense. That way we can shut some of the critics up, because they spent the last week, the folks on the 4-letter network and the 3-letter networks and the so-called experts, talking heads, they've spent a whole nother week trumping up stuff to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. It's always something. Cowboys can win by 100, and they'll come on Monday morning and say, well, why they didn't win by 101? It's always something. It's always something to get a story, get a headline, get a discussion. And really the script is kind of sickening, because you ain't talking real sports. And that's what people tune in to see, real sports. Just like, hey, you talking real sports with Big L. I tell it like it is. You know, I'm biased to my Cowboys, of course, but I don't mean I won't cuss them out. Y'all know that. But anyway, I'm definitely looking for my Cowboys to get the victory today. I don't think it's definitely not going to be as easy as it was last week. But if it is as easy as it was last week, then the rest of the NFL needs to be put on notice. Because as I've told you for the past 3 weeks, if this Cowboy team ever gets it all together, offense, defense, special teams, play calling, coaching, if they ever get it all together and ever get all the way healthy, the NFL is in trouble. The NFL is in trouble. All right, man. So I've been on here about a half hour. That's my time. Of course, I'm taking my Cowboys to get the victory. You have my predictions. And look, again, I won't be able to go live with you tonight after the game. I got to go back to work. So I won't get to see the end of the game. I'll definitely know about the end of the game, but I won't get to watch it. And that's one of the hardest things as far as working at nights and stuff like that. And I would have been able to see if the NFL hadn't done this bullshit by moving it to 425 just for ratings. But again, let me also remind you, the Panthers are playing at 4 o'clock. If you are in the North Carolina area, if you're in the 336, you will, if you're a Cowboy fan, you will not see the game unless you go to a bar or unless you have direct TV Sunday ticket. That's going to be the only way, or unless you know some other ways. But anyway, that's my time. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Once again, I want to thank you for supporting Talking Sports with Big L in 2021. Please continue to support me and watch this channel in 2022. At some point, I'm going to be trying to switch everything over to YouTube. You'll still be able to see things on Facebook. It just won't be live. I'm going to be live on YouTube, and then, I'll upload it to Facebook. You'll get a chance to watch it and comment and things like that. But if you want my live reaction, man, I'm going to be migrating over to YouTube only for the live. Facebook has a lot of restrictions on things that you can and can't do when you live stream. And I know a big majority of my audience, most of my audience is going to be on Facebook. That's why I'm asking you guys, man, please go over to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, Talking Sports with Big L. Set your notifications to all. That way, when I go live, you get a notification to your phone or to your laptop that I'm going live. Talking Sports with Big L is about to go live. and join me. You can make live comments on there. I want to get this YouTube channel up and rolling strong in 2022. So I'm going to continue to push it every opportunity I get. Because as I said, I'm going to start to migrate over to YouTube only. Facebook is, as I said, they have too many restrictions. As far as the music that I play and my intro and stuff like that, man. And I just want a little bit more creative freedom in my podcast. So please go to the YouTube channel. Let me see if I can put something up here. I know I'm being long-winded. I'm being like a long-winded preacher up here now. There we go. There we go. Right there at the bottom of the screen, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also subscribe to the Facebook page. Oh, that's the wrong one. My fault. That's the wrong one. My bad. My bad. Anyway, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please, please, please. As I said, I'm going to be migrating over at some point during the year, hopefully within the next 2 months. And then I will just be just putting the broadcast on Facebook as a post, which when you watch it on Facebook, it's automatically going to take you to the YouTube channel anyway. But I want that live reaction. That's the thing I love about doing this is I want live reactions. I want to talk to people live. I want live content. All right, man. That's my time. You got my predictions. I've told you what it is. Cowboys over Cardinals today. I'm always going to take my Cowboys no matter what. It ain't going to be as easy as it was last week. But if it is, then the NFL needs to be on notice because the Cowboy train is coming. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all sticking it out with me. Again, Happy New Year. Again, go to the YouTube channel. You can go to the YouTube channel right now. I'm live on YouTube right now. Go to it. Talking Sports with Big L. It'll come up. You'll see my face. You'll see my videos. And subscribe to the channel. Then set those notifications to all. And we in business. All right, y'all. I'm out.